Okay, so in the mail today, I got a parcel from Japan. It's sent away for a collection of Will VI brochures and so on. And I get this package and it says, "May happiness fill your heart with the arrival of spring." And we have cute bunnies. See you again. And then the email from the person that sent me the brochures. So in this era of toxic politics, it's nice to be able to, get something in the mail with a nice little letter with somebody wishing my heart was filled with the arrival of spring. Anyway, so I got this from Japan, and we've got the accessories, we've got brochures on the car, we have CD. I don't know what's in there, but CD on the car, spec sheets, original accessories, but what's really interesting is this Will style book, and it goes to sort of the creation of the Will, approached from, I just got this like a half an hour ago, I've just been reading it, it goes to the the customer, the retail salesperson, the designer, and it gives their perspective on what the Will is. And I'm just using my Translate app here to read it, and I'm just finding it really quite interesting, the marketing behind it, and also how it's communicated, and it really gives some insight, I think, into the Japanese culture, which I'm really quite interested in. There's certainly a lot of things that they do in Japan that I think we could do in North America. But that's another discussion. So what I wanted to do is go through this book with you, and it's in Japanese, and I've got my translator here, so I thought I'd read excerpts from it, just to give you an idea of kind of where this car came from, because I just think it's just so interesting. Particularly, this is the designer of the car, and he gives his kind of design rationale for it. So without further ado, and sorry if this is, I guess you have to be a little bit of a car nerd to, go through this video with me, but presuming there's people out there that are interested in this stuff as well. So here we go. I'm just going to read the brochure to you, basically. It's no more than that. A new car for a new generation. Let's start with Will. A new communication. Do you know the Will project? Toyota Motor Corporation is working on a Will project in collaboration with 4 companies in different industries. The purpose of this project is to propose products that combine playfulness and authenticity to those in their 20s and 30s who have started to take consumption behaviors that are clearly different from the previous generation. The new generation, NG class, is about adapting to new consumption styles and creating new markets. The list of the Will Project products: Ashahide Beer, KO, Kinky Japan Tourist, I wonder what that is, Toyota, Panasonic, and National. We have Will Tours, Will Car, Will PC, Will Fridge. The target of Will's car is a new generation. The car was developed as a car that appeals to the sensitivity of the NG class, with a core target of trendset women in their 20s and 30s. The style and interior that have never been seen before are a great attraction. It's a car that cannot be compared to other cars alone. About this new generation layer, mainly the Boomer Junior generation born between 1971 and 1974, product selection that cares about your own sensibility and commitment, abundant information from TV, magazines, the internet, etc. 4 characters talk about the Will car. In this booklet, the salesmen of the boutique and general stores who have daily contact with the NG class, a female car critic, and Toyota development product manager appear and talk about the charm of this car and the customer image. My idea of the new generation class, what I feel when I stand in the stores of a customer's orientation, which used to tend to focus on things that were popular and safe, has now become really falling apart. Instead of choosing what is good for others, there are more and more people who have their own criteria for choice and want to make their own personality even a little bit. I think these customers will understand the novelty and cuteness of Will's car without saying anything. I'm careful when a woman buys something. It is very important to be cute, and it can be said that it is an absolute condition when choosing a product. That's why customers say it's cute when the first word comes out, there is a pulse. On the other hand, if that's not the case, it's better not to persistently recommend it. In such a case, don't talk to them. Let them look at the product first. In addition, young women are sensitive to information from TV and magazines, so if you know information such as recently popular TV dramas, actresses, and actors in addition to cars, you can get along with them. This is advice from the Will salesman. Isn't it cute? This butt line. My favorite thing is the figure seen from behind. It's very unusual, and there's a futuristic side, but when you leave, there's also a little lonely and cute. It's a car that you can enjoy as your own pet, isn't it? When you unlock the wireless door, the hazard lamp flashes. It's very cute. So if you show it to customers, they might enjoy it. My idea of the new generation class. Our generation is experiencing bubbles, so they have a sharp eye for good things. However, now I have to be in a situation where I have to be serious about money. Our generation is very serious about whether the product is worth paying that amount. That's why I can't buy it just if it's cheap, and I won't buy it unless it's something I think is good. Will's car is so elaborate on design and interior, but at this price, I think it's worth it. I'm happy with the bench seat. When I opened the door, I thought, it's like a room. Seats like sofas, dashboards like furniture, color combination is also chic, calming, and feels very warm. I recommend the bench type seat. Inside the car looks spacious, and there is a great sense of openness. I think you will definitely like the bench seat. Maybe it's okay to say that I'll stick to you even when I'm driving with my boyfriend. Will's tag is at the seam of the seat, fashionable, and the door pocket is a net. This is also fashionable. Although the overall interior is simple, if you look closely, the ingenuity and small skills that consider the people who ride in the car in various places are effective. The ingenuity and tricks of Will's car are casual, so customers may not notice it unexpectedly. I would convey the commitment of this car by one carefully. I don't want to be one of them. I think it's a car that reaches the feelings of such people. Yuko Lida, 32, is a car life writer. My idea of the new generation class, the values of young people today are, no matter what others say, what you think is good is good. I think the awareness of, I don't want to be one of them, is getting very strong. Speaking of cars that these people long for, they have been imported cars until now. I guess that's because you get a sense of superiority that you are making choices that are different from others. I think Will's car is a car that gives them a completely new option. The goodness of Will's car that I think, although it's a compact car, it is intelligent. No matter how cheap the price and how good the fuel economy is, I feel that it is made after knowing that a cheap design and livability car is not good. Above all, the design is new. I think Will's cars have the power to turn around people who have not even looked at domestic cars or small cars before. A car born from a pumpkin carriage. I will definitely accept this. I don't know how to describe the appearance of Will's car. Of course, it's because it's new. In other words, I felt something similar to the freshness when the Mercedes A-Class came out. The most characteristic of the appearance is probably the rear. I was wondering why it became like this, but I have heard from the person in charge of development that the idea is from a carriage, and I see it like that. If Will's car is a carriage, Cinderella is riding. There's no woman who doesn't come. Isn't the image swelling all at once? It's a strange feeling that coldness and warmness coexist. It is a car with a gap between the exterior and the interior, right? The exterior is futuristic and cold, but when you open the door, it's very warm. In the midst of many cars that have the same image on the outside and the inside, I felt very fresh. If you look at the interior detail, you can see that each part is made with great consideration. For example, even if you only look at the shift knob, it's not too big or too small and is made to fit well in the palm of your hand. The other parts are also soft, friendly to people, and you do not make you feel the existence of technology behind the scenes. Will's car may be a small step for Toyota, but it is a new step. This is Toyota's Will developer, Jun Yasumatsu. As one of the products of the Will project, the car is by no means a car made from an idea or an experiment. It is a machine that has been selected by verifying various designs, conducting further user research on narrowed candidates. A style that has a strong symbolism that changes the scenery of the city but feels somewhat cute. An interior that soothes you like your own room. Within the framework of mass market cars, we pursued our ideals and obsessions to the end. We developers also feel that this car has great potential. The best design was selected from various candidates. Pursue ideals and commitments to the fullest within the framework of mass-produced cars. What I want to convey with Will's car is I think it is a car that can propose new values as well as shape. Not only does it provide new options for a new generation, but even if it is placed next to a Mercedes-Benz, for example, it asserts its presence without feeling inferior at all. I think that's the value in that sense. We have to wait to see how it'll be evaluated in the market. I myself feel very happy that I was able to send this car out into the world. It may certainly be a small step for Toyota, however, it is a new step. The Will car is a compact car based on the Vitz. Therefore, one person in charge of development asked me to organize and talk about the characteristics of Will again while comparing it to other Toyota compact cars, including Vitz. It is a simple but strong personality. At first glance, you may feel cold, but if you look at it carefully, you will gradually feel attached, like a nostalgic aluminum lunchbox or duck boat. I think it turned out to be such a design. The characteristic rear is inspired by Cinderella's pumpkin carriage. It's a car that I want you to drive slowly and enjoy rather than flying on the expressway. A new design that has never been seen before, give freshness to the viewer. A style that feels cute while having a personality that changes the scenery of the city. A cute butt, a design with the image of a pumpkin carriage. Because it is a simple design, it fits no matter how you use it. The exterior is futuristic, but the interior is like a room. A bench seat that looks like bringing the sofa in the living room to your car. Use of colors is chic and calming. The Will tag attached to the seam of the seat is stylish. The door pocket is a knit and it's cute. A grab box like a magazine rack. There is also a pocket next to the bench seat. A drawer type cup holder has good taste. A car that is solidly made based on the Vitz. You can buy a car with a high design and fresh style at an affordable price. A car that you can enjoy the manual end part. Equipment is simple. Please choose according to your lifestyle and preferences. It insists on a presence that is not inferior to a wheeled car. Don't be inferior even next to a Benz. Interior decoration, a pan that looks like freshly baked bread and a seat like bread. The interior design is based on the theme of Nagomi, pursuing how relaxing it can be rather than functionality. I think you will feel that you have bought a sofa in the living room into the car. The door is designed to take advantage of the goodness of the materials, just like the pillars of Japanese houses. Roominess is the room. The wheelbase is the same as the Vitz. As a compact car, it is spacious space. I'm proud of the bench seat at the front. He in the passenger seat is also relaxed enough. The rear seat may feel narrow for that reason, but the space underfoot is well secured. You can relax at the front desk, and the back is space for shopping bags and slightly larger luggage. I would be happy if you could divide it like that. Okay, well I find it really interesting. The car design and how it reflects the Japanese culture at the turn of the century. Keep in mind, this is the millennium, the new millennium. And so I hope that was informative. It might have been a bit long-winded, but I think I can't be the only one interested in this stuff. So if I like it, chances are there's somebody out there who likes it too. So I'm going to include all this stuff with the no reserve sale of the Will VI on Bring a Trailer, and I hope the new owner gets as much out of this as I have handling this really unique Japanese car. Thanks for viewing. Lawrence Romanosky, Calgary, Canada. Please like and subscribe.